far back. If it is, you got a gated non-gated breed. And we do get them. I had a paint horse come to Leavenworth, Washington last year, a registered paint, and he saddle wrapped like your horse. But the joint was placed back here. So somewhere the confirmation came in. I run from here to here. Your spinal column runs here. When they cross, they intersect. Okay? And it flexes here. Okay? And down in here deep. By pinching the low line here, it shows you where that joint's flexing in there. You can't just see it by looking. So it gives you a visual where that joint is placed to locate it. Now, we're going to give you the other piece of this. The other point you have to find is something called the last rib. And so I come, if you ever, no, oh, she's not a porker. I can feel her ribs. If you can find that last rib and go straight up from there. This is a really important, this is called the lumbar span. It goes from the last rib to the lumbar sacral joint. If it is too long, your horse is going to tend to be more pacey or laterally influenced gaited horse. If it is short, you will have a horse more inclined to be dominant trot. Doesn't mean it's full gait, that's not what I'm saying. But every gaited horse has an inclination to either trot and pace somewhere on the end of the gait spectrum. Some gaited horses will do both. This mare is actually able to do both. She can be lateral and she can be diagonal. And the reason for that is she is what I call medium in her lumbar span. She's not real short, she's not real long, okay? Anytime you get moderate in this area, you get what we call multi-gated horses. Because when you can get trot and pace in the same individual, you can get multi-gait. You can get a horse that does a running walk, a foxtrot, a rack. When a horse is really long here, it makes it very hard for it to raise and round up its back. So that's what's going to make it more of a pacey horse. A really short lumbar span would be this. So that horse is either going to be able to be level, neutral back, or a running walk, or trot only. It will not be able to pace unless you really cram and jam it and mess it up badly. Okay? So this is short, this would be long, she's medium. Medium means you have a lot of flexibility. Remember how I said she had a moderate set neck, a medium set neck, rather than high set neck or a low set neck? Because that's a high set neck, that's a low set neck. Again, you get medium, you get moderation, so you have flexibility to raise and lower. Where that one, you're stuck in a place. It's this one, you're stuck in a place. So, even she's low set, as soon as she starts bringing her head up, she starts getting hollow and pacing on her. Here, push the rest of the body. You can't get, I don't care how good the structure is, if you got a short little pelvis that's cut off here, you don't have anything to drive, you can't push the front end, you can't make it work. We need a good length of pelvis on every horse. So that's your motor, your impulsion. It is gotten really common to see a lot of walkers with short pelvises. The length is really short. They have no drive. They can't, I don't care how they're structured here down, they can't move it because they don't have a pelvis to drive it. So look for a good length of pelvis on a horse proportionately. Is it long and proportionate to the rest of the body? Okay, she has a great pelvis. I don't have a horse here that doesn't have a good length pelvis actually. His is great. The hind quarter. The end of the pelvis, it is okay if you were to drop an imaginary line for it to actually be to the center of the cannonball. Hers is actually in front of it, which is great. Okay? Anytime this hind leg is set out behind the end of the pelvis, it's called camped out behind. And it means the hind leg is not underneath the hind quarters to give the horse the support, so it can lift and round the back, it can tighten the abs, it can support, the suspension bridge, okay? So at the lake, and they can't, they're back here. A lot of your camped out behind horses will be pacers, even if they're structured